Well, I think that it's a good surface that generally here it's difficult for captains because they leave grass on, but it also spins towards the end of play.
Well, if we take a closer look at it, you'll see exactly what Nasser is talking about. Lots of grass, but not green.
Yeah, what he does here, he has to leave this coarse grass on because if he shaves it off, it becomes very bare and it starts to turn. It's a fresh pitch, not the pitch that Australia trounced the USA on a couple of days ago. It's fresh, and this grass, the white kookaburra ball, sits into this grass. It seams and it also bounces a little bit, and it is very difficult for batting.
Do you think, though, that perhaps later in the day it might get a little bit easier?
I think it will for a little while, and then at the end, towards the end of the play, I think it gets a bit tired and it starts to turn appreciably. Shane Warne plays his cricket here, and he spins it anywhere, but there's a lot of spin here for the likes of him. Sean Udall play for Hampshire here, and I think that's the two ends of the game. At the beginning it will seem, and at the end it might turn a little bit.
So if you win the toss, what do you do?
I think if I win the toss, it's a difficult one, but if you win the toss 10-15 at the Rose Bowl, September, I would have a bowl. Fresh wicket, have a bowl.
Well, we'll see what the captain that wins the toss does, but the pitch doctor says field.
I'm out here in the middle for the toss, and the sun is out, and I can tell you it is still very, very cold out here in the middle at Southampton. Well, I've got the two captains, Rajan Saleh of Bangladesh and Brian Lara of the West Indies. Chris Broad next to me is the match referee, and I've got today's mascot, a young lady by the name of Richa Jaswal, who's with us. She's having a good day as well. So Brian Lara has the coin. Let's get it up.
Tails has been called. It is a tail.
So the toss has been won by Rajan Saleh of Bangladesh once again. Rajan, what are you going to do today?
I want to fielding first.
You're going to field first today, in contrast to the first game that you had.
Yeah, actually, because of wicket is a little bit, we got to look at it by the moisture, and early in the morning is a little bit weather is.
A little bit fresh.
Yeah, okay.
Any changes in your team from the first match?
We got one change. Mushfiq Babu, Manzul Rana out, and Khalid Mahmood in.
What's the confidence level like in your camp?
Actually, we're trying to forget this in the last match, and I hope we will do our best. Actually.
Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
Brian, you're going to be batting first. Does that present any problems for you?
Well, the pitch looks a very good pitch, and hopefully, the set is going to do a bit here early in the morning. But if you get through that period, there looks like there's a lot of runs out here.
You've been here for almost 2 weeks. What's your preparation been like?
Well, with the weather, it's been very difficult. We had a game at Warwickshire, at Stratford, and we won that game. Unfortunately, the game at Hampshire was not played, or half the game was played, so we didn't get much of a result. So the preparation was a bit good because of the weather. Had a bit of indoor cricket, so the guys are looking forward to the competition, so I expect them to be really hyped up for this.
You've got some experienced players back in your team as well.
Yeah, most definitely. It's nice to have Mervyn Dillon back, Corey Collymore, who missed the NatWest as well, Wavell Hines, they're all back. So hopefully, we got the experience and the team spirit to go on and win this tournament.
Just tell me what the black armband means.
Well, it's a very distressing time in the Caribbean, and what happened to Grenada and Jamaica, Cayman Islands, and a lot of people have died because of the hurricane. So the guys are, as you know, we do have some members from these islands, and I think it's a show of solidarity with these people.
Brian, good luck today.
Thanks very much, yeah.
So there we go. The news from out here in the middle is that Bangladesh have won the toss and they are going to bowl first.
All left-handers in the top 5 on the West Indian batting order. Unusual in world cricket today. It does make it difficult for the bowlers at times to adjust to all the left-handers. They complement each other well. So we're looking at Tapash Vaisa to start the attack for Bangladesh. The white ball has been moving around quite a bit during the summer due to all the moisture around.
Starts off with a wide, and you have to be, as a bowler, on top of your game with this new white ball in these cool conditions. It tends to almost have a mind of its own and just do a little bit more than the bowler would like. But Tapash Vaisa certainly has been an outstanding bowler for Bangladesh over their tenure.
Much better delivery. It's so important for the opening bowler to inspire the team during the first 10 overs of a one-day international. Try and exploit any movement that's available.
That'll be another wide. So 3 deliveries bowled in this match, only one of them legal so far.
Senior openers wouldn't mind that at all. They'd like to get a good look at the way the pitch is performing, the way conditions are happening this morning.
Gone through. Chris Gayle did well to get any bat on it. He had to reach for it. He's a tall man, and he had to use his full length. First boundary of the West Indies innings.
Very strong off the back foot, Chris Gayle. Any width he handles with consummate ease. That's a good shot. A good start for Chris Gayle. Very dangerous player. One of the key players in the West Indian lineup. And he can take the game away from the opposition during the first 15 overs.
He'd love to maintain that strike rate. Of course, the strike rate tends to come down from those lofty heights as the innings grows longer and longer. He's had a superb tour of England recently, Chris Gayle, both in the test matches, and he also scored a wonderful 100 against England at Lord's during the NatWest series, 100 at the Oval in the final test match. So I think that even though he's had a break between the 2 tours of a couple of weeks, he'd have become very accustomed to batting in these conditions.
Good running and overthrows. Chris Gayle has become a feared opponent by most opposition teams. They're well aware of his capability, of his ability to score quickly.
I think the ball just hit that what is used as a bowling marker, or what is usually used as a bowling marker, and ricocheted away. Did it? Yep. How unfortunate is that? Or should I say, how accurate is the throw from the fielder?
Struggle to do that again if you tried. Pitch at the Rose Bowl normally assists the bowlers during the first innings of a match. Here we have another look at that throw. It just deflects with a little piece of wood behind stumps. The fielder was backing it up, so unlucky there from a Bangladesh point of view.
Well, it's a lengthy first over because we've had a couple of wides and now a no ball. So for some reason, Tapas Baisha is struggling with his direction and his stride. Well over.
It's a difficulty in controlling the movement. Also difficulty with his rhythm this morning. Good start for the West Indies 10 so far off this prolonged first over.
Neville Hines will face up to his first delivery in international cricket for months. Played as well. 10 without loss after 1 for him. Nazmul. He's a very young man, Kaplan, bowler. Represented the under-19s recently in their tour of England, and I thought did very well against South Africa in the opening game.
Wonderful experience for him to play against the world's best. Good start for him as well. Very good line, very good length with his first delivery. It's a little bit of movement across the left-hander. As we said before, the West Indians have 4 left-handers in the top 5.
What impressed me a lot about Nazmul in the first game was he was able to repeat his action and get deliveries consistently in the right area at the age of 16. That is a phenomenal effort, because you're not quite as strong as you will be in a few years. You don't always have as good control over your limbs as someone who's more mature would be able to do. 6 overs for 17 against Graham Smith, against Herschel Gibbs, against Jacques Callis, I think was a superb effort early days in his career. Another wide.
Also from a temperament point of view, I think it's been a good performance by him, shown a lot of maturity for someone so young. Could easily be overawed by the occasion, but he certainly hasn't been.
Nothing but air, says Jeremy Lloyds.
Excellent delivery to the left-hander. That nipped away off the seam. It was close to off stump, so he had to play at it. Very good ball indeed. Got very close to the outside edge as well.
Just a polite inquiry from the ball, another convincing one. Top stuff. Superb stuff from a man barely into his teens.
Typical of the surface here at the Rose Bowl. Early on during the first innings, normally a lot of movement on offer. Being this over, the ball has moved away from the left-hander consistently. This goal missed that one by a long way.
Very good over. 11 without loss after 2 overs. Testing over to Chris Gayle, but you'd expect that. And you start a game at 10:15, and it doesn't matter for Chris Gayle, I suppose, how early things start. Once he's there for a while, he can really excel. And these Bangladeshi supporters know that they've been cheering every single ball on this tour of the UK. The West Indian supporters as well.
Well, I'm sorry, Ian, I know he's on 92, but why in the hell is he letting balls go at this stage of the game? Look, it's not about hundreds. If you get one, well, it's great, but it's about starting to put the foot down. I can't believe 39.1 overs gone, a batsman is letting the ball go. He could have ramped that down to third man, he could have hit it anywhere. Got to keep the pressure on Bangladesh. .92 from 122 deliveries he's got now, and only 6 boundaries. He's eyeing up 100 here, and hopefully he can get it quickly, and then he can really put his foot down. What irritates me the most is when they get 100 and then get out straight away and burn up a lot of balls.
It's a good parry. I spoke a moment ago about a couple of catches going down. The ground feeling of the Bangladeshis hasn't been as spotless as they would like. They've dived over a couple. A couple has gone through the fielders. They've dropped a catch. Another one. And Khalid Masood, usually safe, has put down a routine one. So the pressure certainly has got to Bangladesh today. Now,
don't know whether or not that carried or not, but it was a good piece of work anyway to keep the ball down, change up delivery, and he's dropped another one. They're sponsored by Teflon, these fellas today. A bit disappointed because normally they're a pretty good fielding unit.
I think Dav Watmore prides himself on the fact that in one-day cricket you need to have a good fielding team, particularly when you don't have a world-class bowling attack. You need to supplement any weaknesses in your bowling attack by having a strong fielding team, creating pressure, snapping up chances and half chances. And I saw them in the Caribbean as well when they played the West Indies. Their fielding there wasn't spotlessly clean either, so they've got some work to do. He said he wants them to improve in every area, particularly the batting. That's in the air and it should go to long off. And it's taken. Nazmul Hussain is the catcher. Bangladesh have held on to one.
Well, it's taken them 40 overs to get their first wicket, but finally they've got one. Wavell Hines chancing his arm. He's looking to go down and try to hit it over mid-on, I think. We got an outside edge of the blade there. And pretty good catch there. And finally someone's grabbed one. They're happy. Wavell Hines chancing his arm there. He goes for 82. West Indies 192 for 1.
To have been a little further along from here. 8 and over will get them to 268. I think they want to get that at a minimum with 9 wickets left. Mohamed Rafiq. Could be 2. Takes Chris Gayle on to 98. Amir Sawan has strained something apparently.
And now he's gone on to the greener grass there. I don't know whether I'll be running on that, I'll be honest. Very greasy here. Has he done a calf? The run rate is a major problem here for the West Indies. Need to get a big score, of course, and they win this match, and then maybe the West Indian fieldsman in the inner ring will be pressing in to stop the single. Short covers come in to stop that little dab on the offside.
Interesting. Really should be looking to press it on here in spite of the personal landmark. Just one off his 100, Chris Gayle.
Yeah, you always like to get a single, but you've got to try to, if he bowls a bad ball, you've got to jump on it and hit it for 4 if you can. It's amazing the scoreboard dictates your place sometimes on 99 or on 98, and you're trying to feather a 2 somewhere or a 1, in this case a 1. But he might bowl a real bad ball. You really got to say, well, if he bowls a bad ball, there's no difference whether you're 99 or you're on 32 or 60. It's just another number. I'm not worried about his century. I'm worried about how many runs he makes after 100 here. Can he make 130, 140 from here?
went up from Alinda, and Tapash Baisha has a wicket.
Well, he's disappointed. He really is disappointed. If I was the 12th man at the moment, I wouldn't give him a drink because he'll be tearing his hair out here. Did he get a nick on it? Oh, there's a sound there, wasn't there? Outside edge. They all heard something, whether he jammed his pad or not. They got their second wicket, so they're pretty happy. The Bangladeshis, they've bowled pretty well. They've kept them down to this total after 42.4 overs. Chris Gale's played pretty well for his 99 from 132 deliveries. West Indies 201 for 2.
Need it when you bat. Not sure whether it was the batsman who wasn't ready to face the ball at the last minute. Tapash just looking back to see what the problem was. Gives him an opportunity to change the field for this ball. This is an interesting field. That short fine leg inside the circle has moved towards mid-wicket. That fielder in the deep is now a deep square leg, so nobody fine on the leg side. There's that man now, just on the edge of the circle. That's where Lara looks to go. I don't think he's got any bat on this one. Mohammad Rafiq manages to boot it just in time.
Just a leg byes on this occasion, but there are runs anyway for the West Indies. Not too sure that this is the wisest of fields that he wants to be using against Brian Lara. Cannot bowl to Brian Lara without anyone behind square on the leg side. You can see from the shot that he attempted, that's pretty much what he'll be trying to do.
Got to say, Khalid Mashood is having one of his rare off days behind the stumps. A very accomplished wicket keeper, Khalid Mashood. I've watched him over the last 2 years. That's 4. Easy picking there for Ramnaresh Sarwan.
I think one of two things is happening here. Either the bowler is losing his control, or perhaps his captain isn't quite setting the right field. But it's not in unison, this bowling and this field placing. There is no man again at fine leg. Fine leg is up inside the circle, and yet that delivery was on leg stump. There he is, the only man behind square. Don't want me bowling leg stump if you only have one man behind square and he's inside the circle, that's for sure.
The captain just had some advice given from the wicket-keeper. Direct hit. I think the umpire will go for another verdict. The aid of technology, Alimdar calls for the third umpire's intervention here.
Well, Lara was a long way out. Did he make it back? This is good work from Tapash. That's very close. I have a funny feeling that Brian Lara's bat is not beyond the line. Remember, that line belongs to the umpire and the fielding team, and he's a long way out. That's good work from Tapash Baisha. What a way to get rid of Brian Lara. He knows he's gone even before the light comes up.
It's quite amazing that he walked before the lights came on. He was out by a long way when you take a television replay into account. But that's still about 8 inches away from the crease. Yeah, he had the instincts. He knew he was struggling. So Brian Lara, 20 of just 7 balls, and West Indies 232 for 3.
Find conditions good at the Rose Bowl. Straight away there's some bounce from that length. Good running. Bangladeshi opening batsman Omar just dropped it and ran on the leg side, and they're off.
In many ways, I think it's a good way to approach the start to this innings, because they may not get too many boundary balls, and part of the Bangladeshi problem has been trying to create boundaries early on in the innings and making the wrong shot selection against the wrong ball and getting out. So they will be hoping that this single sets the tone for the innings, pull the field in and then try to hit it past them.
Yeah, I think they're just really going to struggle against the bounce of the taller bowls. One thing the Bangladeshi batsmen don't like is bounce. This new ball's going to grip for Dillon.
The two here. Bradshaw is not the quickest across the turf. Probably be a bit nervous moving Dillon as well, because he knows he's been left out on a number of occasions and brought back in, left out again. So this is a lifeline thrown to him, maybe by virtue of the fact that Jermaine Lawson has a stress fracture, Tino Best is injured. Given another opportunity.
Well, he's always struck me as someone, Mervyn Dillon, who has all the assets to be a medium fast bowler. You see the reasons behind all these comebacks and being left out. It must shatter someone's confidence. Has he deserved to be treated the way he's been treated?
I certainly felt on a couple of... Let me start that over again. Maybe just sliding past leg stump.
Well, it was a terrible appeal from Mervyn Dillon. My first opinion, I know he bowls wide of the crease. Watch how wide he is. But it was a terrible appeal from Dillon. Might well have been sneaking down. I don't know. I reckon Hawkeye says out. If you watch Dillon's appeal, it really is an afterthought.
Oh, what a shot that is. Mohammed Ashraf has got a full package. And then he lashes onto it. It's good.
Mohammed Ashraf probably feels he's a bit lucky to be there. Close LBW shout. Next ball was just a pretty good length delivery. A lot of batsmen would have just blocked this. Short players tend to pull and cut well. Just picked that up beautifully.
And he's gone for it again. Probably won't get four this time, just a couple. He's a little man, so he picks the length pretty well. That's the end of the over. It's a 7 without loss.
Wide ball.
Something hit the stump, and I think it's a finger on the bowling hand of Ian Bradshaw just before he delivered, knocked the bails off and sent his direction askew. I've done that before, I can tell you it's very painful.
I've watched this a few times and never been a bowler. It amazes me how sometimes the bowler does that and still manages it to bowl it on the cut strip. Expect that to happen every time. Look at that, that's got to hurt. A, it's got to hurt, and B, it's got to affect your bowling action, everything. Well, he's got to bowl it again anyway.
Oh, we've seen a few problems with wise in the Bangladeshis as well. I think the one thing the West Indies want to, I think, apart from winning the game, I think that's taken or given, is that they want to perform it in a good manner, good professional manner. With a tough game ahead against the South Africans, you want to get your bowling clicking well.
There is Pool B. South Africa confidently beat Bangladesh a few days ago. Run rate, West Indies, we're trying to get above that run rate so that if rain comes into the equation in that last match, they will go through. I do believe, however, with 2 days to play a game of cricket, even in England, there will be some kind of cricket. Enough cricket will be played to finish off most games.
One leg, one ball to come.
Yes!
13 without loss. As he caught it. Now that's Darren Sammy, and that is probably the catch of the season. The batsman cannot believe it. I think he's standing his ground because he wants confirmation from the umpire. And the umpires as well might want to get together because it was juggled a bit.
Well, Javed Omar's walking off. He can't believe it. At that stage, it looks like difficult to tell from that angle. It certainly didn't go in cleanly. It's whether he grabbed it behind him, underneath him. Did the ball hit the ground at any stage? No, it lodged in his armpit, I think. One way of catching it, doesn't matter as long as it doesn't hit the ground. Dillon will take it. Javed Omar goes for 2, Bangladesh 13 for 1.
Iqbal almost got himself into a tangle. One of the members of the Bangladesh under-19 team, and it was a spectacular catch from Darren Sammy. Really was.
Was it the second attempt? Good effort just getting there in the first place, but then to control it, he was very, very pleased. Doesn't look a natural gully, but he's 1 from 1 so far.
And he's an interesting selection because he was drafted into the West Indies squad for the NatWest series and didn't actually play a game because right here at Southampton against England, against New Zealand in fact, he was about to come onto the field with the West Indies team and then the game was called off. And that is one of the best.
Mervyn Dillon has found a very good length already. If anything, he's just 1 stump straight. Mervyn Dillon goes very wide on the crease, and his natural ball is an angle into the right-hander. But he's got his length absolutely spot on. general, though, he's just been hitting middle and leg stump. If he can aim at the top of off stump with his angle and his bounce, it'll be hard work. That was just about perfect. He has a natural angle in, but occasionally he just hits that seam and it goes away towards the slip cordon, and right-handers hate that. Courtney Walsh was a classic example of that. See that ball just straighten. Courtney Walsh used to, every ball looked like it was coming into you. There you go, in, and then just occasionally it would hit the seam, like that last ball, ball number 5. It's the danger ball, just holds its line.
Good over, 13 for 1. It's another good shot. Struck on the up. We've got 2 guys bowling here that won't do a lot through the air with the ball, Bradshaw and Dillon. Just a question that you pose. I think Dillon has been inconsistent in his performances. He offers so much, not only with the ball, but potentially he's a good fielder, and he played pretty straight with the bat in the early parts of his career, and much more was expected. So hasn't really lived up to that potential because he's been inconsistent. So I think at 30 he needs to get that right pretty soon. Now that's in the air, and it's straight down to Mervyn Dillon, who holds on to it, and Mohamed Ashraful is gone. How is he? Well, there's confusion in the middle. The batsmen are going for a run. The umpire, the square leg umpire, is trying to make his gestures clear. There didn't seem to be too much wrong with that for me. Alim Dar is probably just indicating to the batsmen that they didn't cross, but Mohamed Ashraful should be out. I see no reason why he shouldn't be.
Well, I'm completely confused. Looked like a regulation dismissal, short ball. Ashraful has shown that he likes to play the pull shot. Hit it pretty well, but found Mervyn Dillon, who was taking a drink down at fine leg. He didn't have to move, he was way in. Regulation dismissal. Mohamed Ashraful's gone for 10, Bangladesh 15 for 2. New batsman, the acting captain, Rajin Sali, is in at number 4. A bit of confusion as to why he's in. A regulation dismissal.
Down over. 4 balls to come.
Captain Rajan Sali
One leg.
didn't really get too many in the first match against South Africa. His team need him to give them a good innings because they're struggling once again at 15 for 2. Rajan Saleh will be pleased that he's off the mark because he got naught in the first match against South Africa, in fact.
Let's look through this last dismissal. Everything you see at the moment is regulation, but for some reason Ashraful started running and there was all sorts of confusion in the middle. Ashraful's run up the non-striker's end. Umpire tells him the Bangladeshi supporters are clapping their own man and he's out. The thing I can think of is that Ashraful thought that Alim Dar was telling him that it was over shoulder high, overhead high, the bouncer, and therefore it was the no ball.
Yeah, I think what Alim Dar was actually indicating was that the other batsmen, non-strikers, should go back to the non-strikers end because they hadn't crossed by the time Mervyn Dillon had taken the catch, and Ashraful thought that maybe the umpire was saying continue for some reason. It wasn't too high, certainly the short ball. End of the over, 18 for 2. Maybe a little bit of stunned silence by the Bangladeshis, who always start off very expectant and hopeful that their team will one day win the matches that their supporters expect. Mervyn Dillon will continue. That's the one that Dillon wants to try to take out of his repertoire. Leg stump half volley. Won't quite go for 4. It's a big side of the ground. Well clipped by Rajan Saleh.
Rajan Saleh, the captain today, moved on to 6 of just 3 deliveries. Very strong in that area. Stump, good length, clips it well. Dillon has to keep his line on off stump just outside. Disappointing thing for the Bangladesh side is since their admittance at the highest level in the year 2000, seems to be a lot of promise in the bowling. Young lads, as a teenager, a 16-year-old in this game. Hossain was bowled well. They have a good spinner in Rafiq. A couple of decent all-rounders, but in the batting, no one has really burst through. And from Asia and from a big country like Bangladesh, very surprising that not one batsman has stamped his authority on the world game.
Well stopped by Dwayne Bravo, at least partially stopped. Would have run away for 4. No, this is off the mark.
This is a good shot. It looks a good shot. There's not a great deal of foot movement. Very dangerous shot of the Rose Bowl, because if you hit it on the up, it just has to seam or bounce a little bit, and it's going to go in the air towards slip and gully. Needs to get closer to the ball. Mervyn Dillon really struggling with his line. He might get away with these deliveries against Bangladesh, but with South Africa coming up possibly in the next round, can't see the likes of Shaq Kallis missing out on leg stump half volleys.
Bowl him. The full one has gotten through. Iqbal Nafiz has played one shot too many.
Well, that's the line, Mervyn Dillon. Middle and off stump. And Iqbal really getting to the ball. There's that seam movement. He lost all his shape. He's got to get closer to the ball. Dillon realises it was a pour over up until that point. He made the adjustment. He got more over towards off stump, and it produced the wicket. Hafiz Iqbal goes to a poor shot. He's gone for 2. Bangladesh 23 for 3.
Excess bounce that there is in this rose ball pitch. Once again, looking to get onto the front foot, Rajan Saleh.
Let's have a look at the inside edge of the bat there, and there's a bit of wood just flying up. Look at the disappearing there over towards, say, silly mid on there.
I think it's a piece of the sticker of the bat. And that's a piece of timber, I would imagine. And it's the off stump this time that has been knocked back by Merv Dillon, who's having a great time here at the Rose Bowl. His 3rd wicket.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the way he's coming in. He's hitting the crease and he's hitting the stumps. Here, ball going towards leg, and that is a ripper of a delivery. Really was a peach, wasn't it? That'll knock a lot of guys over. And there it is. You can blow your bugle, young man, because he's got 3. And Merv Dillon, high 10s for everyone. And Saleh, he goes for 7. And Bangladesh are in huge trouble, 24 for 4.
Khalid Mashood, the wicketkeeper batsman, walks in. He's got 100 against West Indies. That was in a test match. Batting at number 6, and he's in the 7th over of the innings, and it's a great delivery, as you said. Didn't do too many things wrong. It's played inside the line. That's a natural angle that you pick up as a batsman when Merv Dillon is coming to bowl at you. Wide of the crease and throws the ball in on middle stump.
Really was a good nut. A ball that started to go towards middle leg stump and hit the seam, and it's taken off. What a great ball. And I tell you, he's a pretty good bowler, Merv Dillon. We've always rated him in Australia. He comes in great height, a little bit wide of the crease, nips the ball around. And I don't know about you, Sanjay, but facing tall, fast bowlers have caused a lot of grey hair for me over the years. Michael Holding and Curtly Ambrose, Joel Garner, all tall guys. Always been very hard to pick up for tall batsmen, or any batsman for that matter. It's good technique there. But blocking, it's not going to get you 246 from 259 balls. But I don't care who you are, whether you're Sachin Tendulkar or Gilchrist, it's pretty hard to hit those for 4. He's bowling a very good line and length. It's a bit of a wait-and-see game. Do you allow him to keep going along the way? He's got 3 for 14, Dillon, or you have to create a shot to upset him. Look at that for a delivery. Fantastic. End of a great over, 24 for 4.
Plenty of problems at the start. That Watmer would be tearing his hair out. The dismissals of Hafiz Iqbal, Mohammad Ashraful, Javed Omar, you could say that got a good delivery. So can be said of Rajan Saleh. The 2 batsmen getting themselves out and 2 batsmen to good deliveries. The weaker teams in this tournament have really struggled. You expect the minnows to not really win too many matches, but they've also had a tough time here in this Champions Trophy. 94 runs in the last match. Bangladesh against South Africa, 24 for 4 here. Merv Dillon's last over when he got a wicket, a maiden wicket over.
Perfect line and length was just fantastic. Let me tell you, that hurts, and you try not to rub it, and he's walking away and thinking, oh, don't look at me, this is hurting. Breathe, yeah, I'm okay, but really, trust me, we've all had it in our career. It really hurts. You look at this, nip back, and oh. And why batsmen aren't allowed to rub it? I think he might have a chest pad, but by gee, that's nearly busted him in half.
That's straight off the glove. They're struggling with the steep bounce. Nasir Hussain said that in the first over, I think it was, that they don't like the bounce, the Bangladeshis, and you can see here, very evident. They're just playing under the ball.
And this is the one before, the delivery before, nips back and, oh, right in the stomach area. And you walk away and thinking, oh, that's got to hurt. I know I've been hit plenty of times in my career, the stomach area, and I tell you, it's not a good feeling. And you get guys like Merv Hughes who walk over to you at the end of the day's play and you said, well played today or whatever, and then he'll walk straight up and just put his fist in the area that you've got a bruise. He not just down, he writes things down of batsmen where they've been hit, and he makes an effort to go over there and put a thumb into a bruise somewhere. He is an annoying individual, Merv Hughes, and let me tell you, they hurt.
He was also a very good cricketer, Merv Hughes. I thought he was a world-class performer, especially test matches. Faced a lot of him in 92. Very good bowler.
Yeah, 53 tests, 213 wickets. Him in opening the bowling with Craig McDermott. They're very, very good. And I think a better strike rate as opening bowlers than Dennis Lillee and Jeff Thompson in Test cricket.
Dominance continues for West Indies over Bangladesh, 25 for 4. Sixes of Mohammad Rafiq. Merv Dillon, you mentioned in Australia, do you know? It was a tour that West Indies lost 5-0. And Merv Dillon played 4 matches, picked up 16 wickets, and then had that ankle injury, I think it was. And after that, he's had problems right through, because the last time I saw him was in India, and he was by far the best of the West Indian bowlers, by far.
No, he's awkward, really is, and he's just bowling so well, Merv Dillon, 15 for 3, and when you're trying to stop him at some stage, is it a shot, you take him on with a big shot, or you can't really ask him to take his sweatbands off because he's not wearing any. Maybe he can take his watch off. That might upset him, might bowl a different line and length. Then again, it might make him bowl a bit quicker too. Getting the ball to jump from a length like that, pretty well played there by Mashood. Open his toes there, open the blade up. There's one area there he can improve on, is that he's tried to defend this and he's still opened the blade up. He's got to, when you play against good fast bowling, got to keep the ball in front of the wicket, in front of point or square leg. That's a good guess, I think. Sometimes you guess the odd leave, and he did there. But when you play against really good fast bowling, you've got to take the slips out of play as much as you can and defend. He's going to play this delivery here, and it's nipped back at him. So sometimes you might sound a bit funny here what I'm about to say, but sometimes there's good batting by letting good balls go, but he's in a situation here, 244 Bangladesh need from 248 delivery, so what do? Do you block him out, Dylan, or do you go after him?
Sitter dropped by Chris Gayle. And anybody who's followed his career know that he has a 50% rate of taking catches. Takes one, drops one.
He was dead set asleep here, and all of a sudden the alarm bell went. Oh, I better catch it. And it's hit very high in his hands. Oh, his head's moved all over the place. And that was a poor effort there at first slip. No, there's no easy slips catch, but that was one.
That's another one. This time it's been taken. Sammy the catcher. And Merv Dillon has picked up his 4th wicket. Would have been the 5th in this over. There you are, Bangladesh now tottering at 26 for 5.
Now we've had a difficult catch look easy. Sammy has just moved on this, moving almost forward to the ball, very low at his feet, and he's made that easy. He made a hard catch look so easy compared to the poor effort of Gayle before. So he gets his 4th wicket, Dylan, and Mashood goes for a duck, and Bangladesh are gone, 26 for 5.